All right, hi everybody. This is Justin Rondeau, the Director of Optimization at DigitalMarketer. And in today's video, we are going to look at another page redesign by Buffer. Okay, so Buffer had a product called Respond, and this is the actual product page for it. So this is the previous variation. And they did a major change to that page in terms of both branding, amount of content, and just the overall page flow. So this is a massive redesign that I wanted to take a look at and share with all of you. And so as I do for all of my redesigns, I have 5 crucial factors I like to take a look at. 1, clarity; 2, readability; 3, appearance; 4, on-site experience; and 5, navigation. We're going to look at all of those factors and see how they play together. I'll see which variation has the edge in each category and tally it up at the end, and we'll see whether they're going in the right direction or they've taken a step backward. All right, so I already kind of gave the brief of what's going on the pages here. You can just see for yourself how dramatically different they are. So let's dive in and look at clarity. So in terms of clarity, they both have a headline that sticks out. You can see it, you know what it's about. But I think the new variation actually kind of wins over the old variation, mainly because they speak to a specific audience. Where they say social customer service software for support teams, they're telling you exactly what this thing is and who it's for. And then they actually use the subheadline very well, where they're saying solve customer issues on social, crush your queue, and get inbox zero faster. I love what they did here, but let's take a look here. Never miss another tweet. Well, who exactly are you speaking to at this point? Are you speaking to me, who's somebody that, checks Twitter mainly just for an ego boost, and maybe I want to make sure I don't miss any of those tweets? I don't know that this is for customer services. I don't know that at all. I mean, respond to your inbox for Twitter, all your accounts, all your mentions, search, and direct messages all in one place. They don't talk to a customer avatar at all. This is a very general message that could both be consumer facing as well as business facing. So there's definitely some obscurity there, and they just really need to clear that up. Furthermore, they have the call to action drastically changes for get started for free, moving into schedule a demo. That is a bold move, Cotton. Like, very bold move going to schedule a demo. And I'll talk a little bit about that later when I talk about on-site experience. But just above the fold clarity alone, the updated version has the edge. But let's dig down. And then they do have, this is kind of like the old variation has the standard, headline discussing the content there, image, and it follows throughout. Very sparse in terms of content on the page. Where here you see getting into lots of different content, lots of different examples and those things. And I think that helps show what the product is all about as opposed to the other variations. So for clarity, the updated version definitely has the edge. All right, so now let's move into readability. And even though the clarity is much better for the updated variation, it is almost a nightmare to consume all of the different styles of content on there. And so I know the appearance I feel is a lot sleeker and they have some really interesting things going on. But in terms of reading, like you're jumping all over the place. Your justifications are changing. You're not really sure what to look at first or how this entire page is functioning. So I think, despite the fact that this goes really kind of content light, you know exactly what to read and what image is associated with what. So actually in readability, the previous version does win, despite it, having less content and kind of less imagery and supporting factors. I really think that this follows a flow that people are used to reading, whereas the other one is a bit more manic, a bit more sporadic. Okay, so we have an actual tie. I don't think in the history of these videos we've had a tie at this point between clarity and readability. Those have gone hand in hand, so that's really cool. All right, so let's move on to appearance. And I think it's easy to say that in terms of appearance, the updated variation it looks a lot better. It looks a lot more professional. You have an actual call to action button you can see. Take a look at this guy. Like, where's Homeboy at? Where'd he go? He's right there. He's kind of hanging out. And so this is a very simple page, and simple is good. But I think, the updated version is also very simple, but I think it's a lot more elegant. and how they did it. So I think they sacrificed some readability for appearance, but overall, I think the appearance for the new and updated variation has the edge. So right now it is 2-1, updated version winning currently. Now let's move to on-site experience. And I have to say this, I really, really have to say this. Just because you have a better appearance doesn't mean you're going to have a better on-site experience. They do not entail one another, right? I think really where they lost it here was in that schedule a demo. Sure, they're going to get more qualified leads, I'm assuming, for people that go through that, and they're speaking more to a business audience. But nobody likes demos. People want to be able to try the product out, use it, see if it's for them. I don't want to see the product in its best case scenario, or even in a video that was made when it was in a controlled environment. I want to be able to use it on my terms, because that's how I'm going to be using it when I'm at my organization, when I'm working with this. So I hate scheduling a demo. It's a much higher friction play. It will. Who knows if this works well for Respond or for Buffer for this tool? I'd be really curious to hear how things have changed from either for the lead quantity as well as lead quality. I I just think it's a terrible experience to get someone pumped up about something and then make it impossible for them to use it when they just want to start using the darn thing. So I'm actually going to give on-site experience to the previous version, because they actually let you learn by doing, not by having somebody who's a master at the product show you how to do it and then try to sell you on it. I have to give this one to the previous version. So we are still tied, and we are now getting to the final category, which is navigation. And all right, so here's your nav. So it stands out. It's not in like a header of any kind, like we see, it has its own section. But Respond by Buffer, they updated the actual branding for it. Then you have product status, support, blog, changing the color for schedule a demo and login. Obviously, they really want you to schedule a demo. And over here, they have Respond by Buffer. I'm not going to hit them for anything in terms of the logo. They are just probably trying to really leverage the Buffer brand there. And then they have pricing, blog, support, sign up, ghost button, login. Overall, I think this is kind of a more traditional navigation, but they're not trying to accentuate any of the options at the top. We're here. They have product, status, support, blog, schedule a demo, and then login. They kind of get rid of the button, knowing that even despite it being a ghost button, that people will be clicking that because their eye is drawn to it. But the schedule a demo definitely gets most of the eye flow there. And I know from experience of what we've done with things at DM and at Native Commerce, if you accentuate a button or accentuate the text in the navigation, that is going to get the lion's share of the clicks. So it's a smart move. The navigation stands out. It's not kind of in like grayed out where you don't know if it's clickable or anything like that. So overall, the updated variation does have the edge in terms of navigation. They just skated by, and this was probably the closest one we've had so far in this series. I'd be really interested to see or to hear from the Respond team at Buffer how this has gone for them, because I am very, very curious about that change from free trial and trying it yourself to the demo. Like very, very curious. My guess, if I had to make an educated guess on that, lower quantity, higher close rate. That would be my assumption. I'd love to hear from them to tell me if I am right or wrong.